Chewy Oatmeal Cookies recipe. This oatmeal raisin cookie recipe is the one for you if you want your oat cookies soft and crunchy. These cookies smell beautiful while baking and keep very well. They are nicely crusted around the corners, studded with luscious, juicy raisins, and taste buttery with just a hint of cinnamon. Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Cookie, and today I'm here with one of the best chewy oatmeal raisin cookie recipes you could ever have. So keep watching, get your things ready, and follow the whole process with me. It would help if you had a hand mixer to prepare these oatmeal cookies, and the process is really simple. Such simple meals are our favorites. Using a combination of ordinary and golden raisins is one way we like to create these cookies. Still, you can add dried cranberries, cherries, almonds, or even chocolate chips to make chocolate chip oatmeal cookies. Number 1. Recipe ingredients. You may already have the basic ingredients for these simple oatmeal raisin cookies. Let's talk about each component and why it's important to this recipe. All-purpose flour. This gives a cookie structure so they can keep their shape after baking. Be careful to scoop flour into a measuring cup, and with the back of a knife, level it off when measuring it. Cookies that have too much flour may not spread in the oven. Ground cinnamon. All of my oatmeal cookies have ground cinnamon, which I always use. If you enjoy cinnamon, feel free to add more. Salt and baking soda. Salt brings out the taste in all flavors, and baking soda raises the cookies. Old-fashioned rolled oats. Due to their chewier texture, rolled oats work well in oatmeal cookies. Butter. I used unsalted butter for these cookies as usual. Cut the salt into a single pinch if all you have is salted butter. Additionally, your butter needs to be warmed up to room temperature. Sugar. I combine brown and granulated sugar for my oatmeal cookies. Brown sugar gives the cookies more taste and moisture while making them chewier. Granulated sugar aids in the cookies spreading throughout the baking process. Egg. The egg serves as a binding agent. For optimum results, use a room temperature egg. Pure vanilla extract. For a little more flavor, use pure vanilla extract. Raisins. These cookies include 1 cup of raisins so that you receive some in every bite. You can eliminate the raisins or substitute something else if you don't like them. I began slowly compiling piles of cookie recipes to try after school since I have a sweet tooth. When I created my first successful cookie trays, I grinned broadly. I've never stopped baking cookies since then. Whether it's chewy peanut butter cookies, bakery-style chocolate chip cookies, or these thick chewy oatmeal raisin cookies, I admit cookies are my guilty pleasure. Number 2. Baking bonuses. The cookie dough may be prepared, covered securely, and stored in the fridge for up to 3 days. Allowing the cookie dough to remain at room temperature for approximately 20 minutes should make it easier to scoop if it's too difficult. You can double this recipe to produce around 4 dozen extra cookies. Do you wish to soak the raisins? I normally skip this step, but you can soak the raisins in warm water for 10 minutes to make them plumper before adding them to the cookies. When they're done, drain and blot them very well with a paper towel before incorporating them into the cookie batter. You may press the cookies down harder, as I will show in this video, if you want them to spread out more. Number 3. Instructions. 1. Make the raisins plumper, soak them. Optional. 2. Drain the raisins and let them air dry or pat them dry to hasten the process. 3. In a bowl, sift the dry ingredients. 4. Beat the butter, sugar, and egg separately in a bowl. The butter should be creamy and smooth. Then, using a hand mixer, add the brown and white sugars and beat until frothy, about 2 minutes on high. 5. Beat each egg until fully integrated. 6. Change to a wooden spoon and stir in the sifted dry ingredients. I prefer using a hand mixer for this task rather than an electric mixer to avoid accidentally overworking the cookie dough and producing tough cookies. And 7. Add these 2 ingredients last. The cookie dough will now be quite thick and difficult to stir. It's worth it to dig deep to find the strength. I'm kidding, it's not that difficult. 8. Scooping dough for oatmeal raisin cookies. 9. Place amount of cookie dough equal to 2 teaspoons worth on a tray to make 1 cookie. This stage will go quickly if you use a cookie scoop or a lever-equipped ice cream scoop. 10. Repeat with the remaining dough. For speed, I prefer to split out the entire dough first on trays before I begin rolling. 11. Wet your hands before rolling the dough into balls to prevent sticking. Form a ball out of each piece of dough very gently. They ought to be around 5 centimeters or 2 inches broad. 12. Arrange the balls evenly over 2 baking or parchment paper-lined pans, leaving plenty of space between each one. To flatten, gently press each down. This is only to prevent a mound in the center of the cookie as they spread. Number 4. Bake. 1. Place both trays in the oven, one in the middle and the other on the lower shelf. 2. Make sure there's a space of 10 centimeters or 4 inches between each rack. 3. For 11 minutes, bake at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 160 degrees Celsius fans. 4. After moving the pans, bake the cookies for 11 to 14 minutes until they are golden on the edges and light golden in the center. Meanwhile, the time our cookies in the oven baking, let's answer some frequently asked questions. Number 5. How to store cookies with oats. Before storing, let the oatmeal cookies cool fully. Place the completely cooled cookies in an airtight container where they can be kept for up to 4 days. Number 6. Are oatmeal cookies freezable? You can freeze unbaked or baked oatmeal cookies for up to 3 months. Put the cooked cookies in zip-top bags or freezer-safe containers with parchment paper between each layer before freezing. The unbaked cookie dough balls should be flash frozen for at least a few hours. Transfer the frozen balls into zip-top freezer bags and remove any extra air before sealing the bag. To account for the cold temperature, bake as directed per the recipe, but add a few more minutes. Number 7. Oatmeal raisin cookies. Can you prepare them in an air fryer? Yes, it took around 8 minutes to bake these little cookies. But because they are still tender, they brown more quickly. You could bake them for longer at a lower temperature, but then you'd be better off using the oven. Number 8. Can pups eat raisin cookies? No. I ask this since I practically always give my dogs nibbles of everything. Well, after giving them a taste of a cookie, I wondered whether they could eat raisins. The answer is no, they cannot. I made them throw up for the next 30 minutes. Last step. The cookies will be crispier if you overcook them. After 5 minutes, move them to a cooling rack to finish cooling. Before serving, let cool for 30 minutes and serve. That's all for today, folks, and we hope you enjoy baking with us. Keep watching for more amazing recipes, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel on the way out. See you next time. Until then, bye!